The pandemic had been hard on everyone, but it had been especially hard on Sarah. She had been working from home, her kids were home from school, and her husband was working long hours at the hospital. She felt like she was losing her grip on reality. One day, Sarah was cleaning out the attic when she found an old key. She didn't know where it went, but she decided to take it downstairs and show her husband. "What do you think this is?" she asked him. He took the key and examined it. "I don't know," he said. "But it looks like it might fit that old chest in the living room." They went into the living room and Sarah tried the key in the lock. It fit perfectly. She opened the chest and gasped. Inside the chest was a collection of old toys, books, and clothes. But the most disturbing thing was a large, black book with a skull on the cover. "What is this?" Sarah asked, her voice trembling. "I don't know," her husband said. "But I don't like it." Sarah closed the chest and they both backed away. They didn't know what to do. That night, Sarah couldn't sleep. She kept thinking about the old chest and the black book. She had a feeling that something was wrong, but she didn't know what. The next day, Sarah went back to the attic and opened the chest again. She took out the black book and opened it. The pages were filled with strange symbols that she didn't recognize. Sarah started to read the book. As she read, she felt a chill run down her spine. The book was filled with spells and incantations. It was a book of black magic. Sarah slammed the book shut and ran out of the attic. She didn't know what to do. She felt like she was in danger. That night, Sarah had a nightmare. In the nightmare, she was being chased by a dark figure. The figure was trying to kill her. Sarah woke up screaming. She was covered in sweat. She knew that she had to get rid of the book. The next day, Sarah took the book to the library and asked the librarian if she could help her get rid of it. The librarian took the book and looked at it. "This is a very dangerous book," she said. "You should never have read it." The librarian took the book to the back room and came back a few minutes later. "I've taken care of it," she said. "Don't worry about it anymore." Sarah left the library feeling relieved. She knew that she had done the right thing. But she still couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. She felt like she was being watched. That night, Sarah was sitting in her living room when she heard a noise. She turned around and saw a dark figure standing in the doorway. The figure was tall and thin. It had long black hair and piercing, red eyes. Sarah screamed and ran out of the house. She didn't stop running until she was safe inside her neighbor's house. Sarah told her neighbor what had happened. Her neighbor didn't believe her at first, but then she saw the look in Sarah's eyes. She knew that Sarah was telling the truth. Sarah's neighbor called the police, but the police couldn't find anything. They said that Sarah must have imagined it. But Sarah knew that she hadn't imagined it. She knew that she had seen a ghost. The ghost of the black book. Sarah never saw the ghost again, but she never forgot it. She knew that it was still out there, watching her. And she knew that it would never let her go.